You know, it's not often you hear the words ATF and backed off in the same sentence. But after the political shakeup in 2025, something different happened. Firearms that were stuck in legal limbo for years, suppressed rifles, braced pistols, even those guns that found a clever way around the rules, they started popping up on shelves again. The game stopped. The guesswork ended. Suddenly, it was just clean paperwork and the gear we've all been wanting to get our hands on. So today, we're going to look at 8 firearms that are finally back on the table, all thanks to a new pro-Second Amendment Justice Department that decided to slam the brakes on all the overreach. And these aren't just the same old guns with a new coat of paint. We're talking about integrally suppressed platforms that used to mean a year-long wait. We're talking about PDWs that were basically reclassified overnight. And we're talking about guns that literally went to court and won. So if you're someone who loves guns that push the limits, or you've just been waiting for the green light on something that used to be a legal headache, you're in the right place. Here are the top 8 firearms making a comeback under the 2025 Trump administration. All right, let's get into it. Number 8. B&T GHM-9 Compact Gen 2. Coming in at number 8 is a gun that the real nerds have been whispering about for a while. The B&T GHM-9 Compact. If you know B&T, you know the Swiss-built quality we're talking about. This thing is a 9mm that just feels like a precision instrument. It's a soft-shooting, blowback-operated PCC that is built like an absolute tank. The thing is, it wasn't always this simple to own one. For the longest time, that telescoping brace setup put this gun in a weird legal spot. A lot of FFLs wouldn't even touch it. Nobody wanted to poke the bear, especially with the ATF breathing down everyone's neck. But that all changed after 2025. The brace rules got rolled back, and just like that, the GHM-9 Compact is a pistol again, period. No NFA paperwork, no tax stamp, no nonsense. That means you get this slick, compact 9mm that takes Glock mags, fits in a small backpack, and soaks up recoil like a much bigger subgun. The fit and finish are top tier. You get a full-length rail for optics, and the controls feel like they belong on a high-end rifle. It's just under 5 pounds, so moving around a tight space or transitioning between targets feels fast and natural. It's a joy to run. This firearm was designed for control, and now you can finally own and shoot it without needing a lawyer on speed dial. If you've been wanting a pistol-caliber carbine that's actually built right, the GHM-9 just went from a maybe-one-day gun to a buy-it-now gun. Number 7. Sig Sauer MCX Rattler PCB. This next one is for anyone who wants serious rifle power in a package that folds up smaller than the toolbox in your truck. The SIG Rattler PCB is one of the most compact, purpose-built personal defense weapons ever made. You can get it in 300 blackout or 5.56, and it folds down to less than 18 inches. That's small enough to throw in a bag, stash under a seat, or even strap to your kit without it getting in the way. Now, for a hot minute, this thing was in legal purgatory. The brace it shipped with, SIG's pivoting contour brace, had the ATF scratching their heads. Was it a pistol? Was it an SBR? Nobody really wanted to be the test case to find out. So, a lot of these just sat in safes, waiting. Then, 2025 happened. The new DOJ reversed the brace rule, and the Rattler was back. No more gray area. No more tax stamp drama. It's just one of the best urban defense platforms you can buy, and it's back where it should be, in your hands. I'll be straight with you, it's not cheap. You're looking at around $2,500, but what you're buying is dead serious reliability. A true monolithic upper receiver and a gas system you can tune for anything, from quiet subsonic rounds to hot supersonic loads, and it just runs. If you need something that hits way harder than a pistol but can be hidden just as easily, the Rattler is back. And you can finally run it hard again. Number 6. Silencer Co. Maxim 9. Most handguns, let's be honest, were never really meant to be suppressed. They just put up with it, You screw a can on the end, maybe change the recoil spring, and you just hope it cycles reliably. And you live with the extra 6 inches hanging off the front. But the Maxim 9 from Silencer Co., it's a completely different animal. This gun was designed from day one to be suppressed. No threaded barrel, no tuning, no wondering if your paperwork will ever come back. The suppressor is literally part of the gun. It's integrated into the frame and slide, not just an afterthought. And it's modular, so you can make it shorter and handier, or longer and movie quiet, depending on what you need. You feed this thing subsonic 9mm, and the sound is just gone. You can shoot without blowing out your eardrums or letting the entire neighborhood know about it. For a while, though, this gun was basically dead on arrival. It was cool, but who wanted to wait 6, 9, sometimes 12 months for a tax stamp? That $200 tax on top of the wait times just killed the momentum for it. Most guys just ended up with a threaded barrel on their Glock and called it good enough. But now, that's changed. Under the new administration, suppressor approvals are moving much, much faster. It's not the year-long nightmare it used to be. You still need the stamp, but the wait is manageable. So the Maxim 9 makes sense again. It's about $1,400, but for that, you get a purpose-built, hearing-safe home defense gun that just works right out of the box. Slap an optic on it, load it with some good subsonic ammo, and you have one of the quietest and most practical defensive handguns out there. Number 5. Franklin Armory RS7. Most firearms play by the rules. The RS7 from Franklin Armory, well, it read the rulebook and decided to make up its own. This thing walked right up to the NFA, looked it in the eye, and dared it to do something. See, the RS7 isn't legally a rifle, and it's not a shotgun either. It has a patented barrel with straight-cut lands and grooves, no twist, no rifling, no smooth bore. That very specific design legally puts it in a category of its own outside the NFA, and that's exactly why the ATF tried to kill it. But here's the interesting part. Franklin Armory fought back. They took it to court, and a federal judge ruled that the agency had gone too far. When the new DOJ came in under Trump, they didn't even try to appeal, which means the RS7 is officially back, and you don't need a tax stamp for it. You're getting a firearm with a 7.5-inch barrel, forged aluminum receivers, and a pistol-length gas system. They even have an option for a binary trigger if you really want to have some fun. It comes in 5.56 or 300 blackout, so you're getting rifle-caliber performance without the NFA headache. It comes standard with a vertical foregrip, good B5 Bravo furniture, and a solid muzzle device. And here's the real kicker. Because it's not an NFA item, you can take it across state lines without asking for permission. That was unheard of for something this small and this capable. If you want a firearm that hits like a rifle, handles like a pistol, and sits in a legal class all by itself, the RS7 isn't just back, it's here to stay. Number 4. Daniel Defense DDM4 ISR. Some rifles get a suppressor added on. This one was born with it. The DDM4 ISR from Daniel Defense isn't just an AR with a can. It's an integrally suppressed rifle, designed from the ground up for quiet, subsonic performance. Here's how it works. It has a 9-inch barrel, but the suppressor is pinned and welded to it, bringing the total length to a legal 16 inches. That means it's legally a rifle, so you don't need a short-barreled rifle stamp. You only need one tax stamp for the suppressor itself, not two. One and done. It's chambered in 300 blackout, and it's tuned to run everything from 110-grain supers to heavy 220-grain subs. It just cycles smoothly, stays on target, and tames recoil like you wouldn't believe, because it was built for it. This isn't some range toy with a can screwed on. The gas system is perfectly tuned, and the cold hammer-forged barrel means it's built for serious duty. And because the suppressor is integral, the balance point is shifted back. It doesn't feel front-heavy like most suppressed rifles do. For a long time, guns like this were just too much of a hassle. You had long waits, the fear of ATF reclassification, and the headache of two-stamp guns. Most people just didn't bother. But with the post-2025 rollback on suppressor policy, platforms like the DDM-4 ISR can finally have their moment. If you've been looking for a dead reliable, home defense-ready suppressed rifle without all the extra layers of paperwork, this is it. Number 3. Q Sugar Weasel. It might sound like a pet name, but don't let that fool you. The Sugar Weasel is a serious piece of hardware from Q, the same mad scientists who brought us the Honey Badger. This is a stripped-down, no-frills, hard-running 300 blackout pistol. It has just enough attitude to make the ATF nervous. It shares a lot of DNA with the Honey Badger, but uses a forged aluminum receiver instead of billet to keep the cost down a bit. You still get that awesome 7-inch barrel, an adjustable gas block, and Q's signature cherry bomb muzzle device. It runs suppressed subsonic rounds like an absolute dream, but it will still get loud with supersonics if you need it to. For a while, the Sugar Weasel, just like its big brother, got tangled up in the whole brace mess. The ATF started acting like braced pistols were SBRs, and a handy little gun like this suddenly became a legal landmine. Most people backed off. Dealers stopped shipping them, and Q basically went quiet, waiting for the smoke to clear. Well, with the 2025 rule change, it's back to being what it always was, a pistol. No stamp, no NFA, no stress. It weighs under 5 pounds and is shorter than most backpacks. It's a go-anywhere, do-anything kind of firearm. It'll set you back about $1,700, but you're getting a platform that was designed from the start to be suppressed, easy to handle, and built to run hard. The name might be cute, but this thing is all business. Number 2. Maxim Defense PDX SD. Some guns are compact. This one is on another level. The Maxim Defense PDX SD is what you get when you tell a team of engineers, "I need suppressed firepower that can clear a doorway and won't gas me out of the room." They built this thing from scratch, not to look cool, but to work in situations where other short rifles just fail. It has a 5.5-inch barrel in either 5.56 or 300 blackout. That barrel is tucked inside a big, fat integral suppressor they call the soup can. And yeah, it's that big for a reason. That oversized can is designed to reduce back pressure and control the gas that normally blows back in your face on shotguns. It keeps the whole package under 24 inches long. Think about that. You're getting a suppressed rifle that's shorter than most unsuppressed carbines. It's a perfect tool for working indoors or moving in and out of vehicles. Total weight is about 7.5 pounds, and it balances really well, which is something you appreciate when you're methodically clearing tight spaces. Before 2025, trying to buy one of these was a nightmare. Stamp delays, the ATF's weird stance on integral suppressors, people just gave up. But now, the new DOJ isn't playing those games. Suppressed systems like the PDX SD are back, and the approvals are moving faster than ever. It's expensive, no doubt, around $3,700. But you are paying for a duty-grade suppressed rifle that needs zero aftermarket tinkering to run reliably. This thing was built to run hot, run quiet, and keep you in the fight. Number 1. CZ Scorpion 3 Plus Micro. You don't always need a high-dollar rifle or a fancy custom build to get the job done. Sometimes, all you need is a simple 9mm subgun with a solid design, great ergonomics, and a few modern touches. The CZ Scorpion 3 Plus Micro is all of that, and it's finally back in the spotlight. This platform, in one form or another, has been around since the Cold War, but this 3 Plus Micro version is ready for the 21st century. It's got a flared magwell for faster reloads, fully ambidextrous controls, a better grip angle, and a cold hammer-forged 4.2-inch barrel. It's short, it's light, and it's ready to work. It's a straight blowback design, which makes it a fantastic suppressor host, and it will chew through any ammo you feed it without complaining. Now here's the deal. This gun was almost wiped out by the brace crackdown. The ATF was floating some crazy ideas about reclassifying braced pistols like this as short-barreled shotguns. Yes, you heard me right, Shotguns. That legal chaos made a lot of CZ fans pretty nervous, and for good reason. But as soon as the brace rule was thrown out in 2025, the Scorpion 3 Plus Micro came roaring back. It's a pistol again. No stamp, no confusion, no more waiting. And at around $1,300, it costs way less than a lot of the other options out there. Plus, it is just a ton of fun to shoot. Whether you're running drills, defending your home, or just ringing steel at the range, it's compact, it's affordable, and it just works. And that's why it gets our #1 spot. So there you have it. 8 firearms that were once trapped by red tape, legal gray areas, and wait times that felt like a prison sentence. And now, they're back. Braced pistols you can actually own and use without fear. Suppressed guns that don't take a year to get. Rifles that fought the system and won. Look, the laws didn't make any of these guns better shooters, but freedom sure made them easier to own. And if this list proves anything, it's that when you ease the pressure, innovation comes back in a big way. So whether you're into PDWs, suppressed builds, or just want a gun that finally makes sense to own again, your time is now. Hey, if you got something out of this, a like and a subscribe is always appreciated. Let me know down in the comments which one of these you'd grab first. All right, stay sharp out there.